Hi. Yeah, look what happened. Look what happened. This is a little too perfect. Okay, story time. Story time. I did a full reading. I tried to be quick about it. It was only 15 minutes, which is kind of short for me and rambling. And this is where we ended. And I was going to stop and reflect on whether we should go into an extended. And what happened was I looked over and I hadn't turned on my microphone. So, yeah, I won't be posting that video. And so, what I'm going to do is recap what we got here. Okay, and we're going to do it quickly because as you go through a reading, you've noticed like the energies keep anchoring in more and more, and as you watch other people online, that seems to be how it works. Like it's like this buildup of, as you lay the cards out, like things are confirming the energies coming in. So you didn't have to go through that. We're just going to cut right to it. So anyway, for the overall energy, by the way, I'm doing a March month, like the month ahead for March tarot spread, and I did ask ChatGPT, and I'm like, here's what I want to do. What layout do you recommend? And so they said overall energy, and then we're going to have 4 categories: what needs to be released, what is ready to bloom, challenge and guidance, and manifestation and action steps. And I'm like, thank you, beautiful. And so what we have here in the overall energy is the 8 of Cups, and this was that I'm not settling for less anymore. I'm moving on. So this person, see how all their cups back here are full? They're like, yeah, that's great and all, and I'm having gratitude for it, but I'm not settling for what I've created up to this point. I can dream bigger. I can go beyond this. And there are different phases of the moon here with the 8 of Cups. Some people say sun and moon. I think of these as 2 different, like the full journey of the moon through its cycles. And so when I was kind of meditating and praying before the reading, there's cat fur everywhere. What kept coming through was intuition. And I said, I know, that's what I'm doing here. I'm using intuition to like tap in to the energies that you're sending through, the messages. And then it was like, no, intuition is what this reading's going to be about. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, that's what they all are kind of about, right? Tapping into our intuition. Here's me always second guessing things like, yeah, whatever, that's kind of basic. So anyway, it is though. It's about not settling for less, because in our intuition, in our innermost being, we know there's something greater for us. And March is like that time to move into that. We've been feeling it, but March is the time of movement. And so what we're going to do is go through these. So when I pulled this is the 5 of Cups, is what needs to be released. What emotional or mental patterns should I leave behind as I move forward? And I was just like, pulled that. The part you don't get to see is how tickled I was every time the cards fell into the perfect spot for what the reading said these spots are for. And I was like, you're going to miss all the chills that I got. So what emotional or mental patterns should I leave behind as I move forward? And this is that 5 of Cups, woe is me, only focused on the negative, what went wrong, what I've built in my life to this point has just spilled out. It hasn't been fruitful. And then, but he can look right behind him and say, but I'm grateful for these 2 cups that are so full here that I have in my life. The good things I have, the good things I've built, or the support I have around me. And then he looks up to see this river of intuition flowing under that bridge, and that takes him to the bridge, and he's like, oh, I can just walk right over that bridge to the greener pastures, to the forward momentum. And so when we think about the 5 of Cups and the 8 of Cups together, that's what we're leaving behind, because we're moving forward. So there's a progression from 5 to 8 here, from lack, and 8 means abundance, from lack to abundance. That was a new thing I didn't say last time, so I'm getting the chills. So then how can I best let go of what no longer serves me? We got the 7 of Cups. So that's that. The way to let go of this feeling of lack is, again, I love the word antidote. The antidote to lack is to daydream about all of the abundance, all of the gifts, all of the possibilities. That was the word. All of the possibilities that you could manifest this is a daydreaming time. And so when people talk about the stuff that's going to start happening in March, like things are going into retrograde, this is a time to be careful with communication, careful with partnerships, like, because things are not on our side necessarily. That's the messages that everybody's giving for March. And then I guess we have some eclipses and like a whole bunch of stuff happening up there. And here I'm just like, there's things happening. There's things like I don't know enough yet. But that's what people are saying. And so when we think about, if it's not a time of action, which I don't totally believe that, then we at least can be daydreaming from the heart space, from the mind, and being like, yes, it's time. I'm not satisfied with what I've built up to this point. I'm grateful, but I know there's something better. I'm no longer settling. And so to leap forward is to daydream. That's the first step. So that's how we best let go of this feeling of lack, is to dream of all the possibilities, right? What are the things you like? If time or money or circumstance or other people's opinions weren't a factor, what would you just love to do? Or who would you love to be? It's not just about doing. So anyway, what is ready to bloom? The King of Swords came in here for what opportunities or new energies, more importantly, are coming into my life. And this is full on your inner knowing of clarity. You have complete clarity here. I don't know what's going on. Can you guys hear me? Things are blinking on my technical difficulty day. So King of Swords is full on. He's completely in his clarity. He's right-minded. He has his sword. The skies are clearing. There's very few clouds anymore. And see, like here, you can see some clouds of like, things are unclear, but I'm daydreaming. And then he moves into this. These are the new energies coming into your life in March. Clarity. I mean, that's huge when we all like love some clarity in certain things. And so daydream, because the clarity's coming. If we just keep our heads down, if we don't start to daydream and let go of this energy of lack and scarcity and negativity, there's no way we can gain clarity. The next step is daydreaming to bring that clarity about. And it's really about recognizing the possibilities, because that's optimism. So then how can I nurture my personal growth this month? And so this is that Two of Pentacles energy, which is about, okay, I've got a couple of possibilities here. I'm trying them on for size. I'm juggling. I'm trying to find my new balance, my new normal. Like, this is it's like you're a little baby that's learning to walk and things are a little unstable, but like, somewhere deep inside, I'm meant to be upright and moving forward. That's an okay analogy. So it's like, and this, I love him because he has these thick, strong legs. He's like, he falls down, he gets right back up. So there's none of this like worry that you're not going to find your sure footing with these new possibilities you're dreaming of and that you have clarity about. So this is how can I nurture my personal growth? It's just recognize that it's okay to feel new at something. Like, it's kind of exciting, actually. It's like, it doesn't have to look like anybody else's. So I don't even have to, I might look out there to see like, well, what's been done before, or how have people done the thing that I want to do. But then ignore it, just toss it aside, because there's so much learning in stumbling through the growing pains. It's like, because we have to forge our own path. It can't look like anybody else's. It just can't. And so you're going to do it your own way. And if you fall down, you're going to get right back up, and then you will have learned something in the process. It's just so common sense that if you try to, you've probably known this in your own life, right? When you try to make something look exactly like somebody else's, it's not fulfilling. I have a couple moments in my life where I was like a copycat, like in my elementary school years, because I was seeing people, like, I'm still embarrassed, I can't even talk about this, but I was seeing people out there like sharing their gifts, sharing their love of something, and I'm like, yes, I want to be like that, I want to do that. And then I would like, unfortunately, kind of mimic the way they did something. And one of them was like in a show and tell. This is so embarrassing. I can't. So anyway, okay, I have to tell you, I've gone too far. And this is maybe my way to heal this energy that I had in my life of like trying to look like other things. Like I just didn't know my own way. I just didn't have my own way yet, my own personality really. Or like I was hiding it. So anyway, we're in like first grade. Yeah. His name was Jason, and I really adored Jason. I was too young for like crushes, but it was that like he's his own person. He is cool, but you know, he was nerdy, and it was like, yeah, but he's like, that was before we had judgments or cliques or like bullying. Like there wasn't a lot of like bullying at that age, at least where I was, or I didn't see it. And Jason was like, we had show and tell, and so he's like, hey, I have a new digital watch. This was the 80s, guys, when that was all the rage, and that was new technology. Was like a digital watch, not analog, where it had numbers, and you could push the button on the side to like cycle through the date, the time, and the little light that would come on. And so he's like, I want to do show and tell. I got this new watch for, I think it was like right after Christmas, because there was this freshness about coming back from break. And the energy, I remember. And so we're all like excited about Christmas. And so the teacher's like, yeah, go around and show everybody. So he went from student to student, cycling through, and everybody's going, wow. And then he went to the next desk and cycled through and went, wow. And the next desk. This took a long time. And then, oh, I'm so embarrassed. I'm healing something here for sure. But I had gotten a digital watch too. And so it must have been all the rage that year. And so I was like, I have a show and tell. And this is not like me. I was just like shy and quiet. But something about like seeing Jason being like so engaging and like so wanting to share, and just like he was awesome. I'm like, I want that energy. And so I was like, I have a show and tell. I have a digital watch too. And I remember the teacher being like, okay. Like she didn't want to stunt my enthusiasm, so she let me do the thing, and she let me learn this lesson. Like I'm going right behind Jason, doing the same exact thing, one by one. And like even in the midst of that, I was like, nope, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right. And I feel like I'm making everybody, this has already taken a long time, and now it's taking even longer. Like I remember thinking, like and I've had that energy in my life before, where it's like every time I've tried to like force something, like I want to manifest something, and I try to make it look like something, or even make it look like I think it should look, like how I think other people expect it to look, even if it's not like somebody else's thing. Immediately when I step out and do it, I'm like, ooh, no, that feels icky. That feels icky. And sometimes I've still gone forward, and I'm like, no, I should not be doing this. So anyway, that goes way back. Thanks for listening to my story. It's so embarrassing. I obviously had some emotions come up just then. Like I'm still like healing that inauthentic part of myself. That's like, just be you, be your own weirdness, do your own thing, and everything's going to be fine. It actually shouldn't look like anybody else's, because it doesn't feel right. People know when you're just being a copycat. Anyway, where was I? So it's this Two of Pentacles. It's going to look like your own thing. It's going to feel unstable, but that's the whole point. We only grow, like even bringing it back to body work again, like the way babies build strength in their bones, and the way we as adults keep the calcium being like stored in our bones, or like built up versus like leached out of our bones, is by impact. Like we have to fall, like, sorry, that's probably loud in the microphone. We have to fall and bounce back up And that fortifies. That word fortifies coming through again. That's 3 times today. Um, to make us stronger. We have to fall in order to build strength. We have to tear down muscle tissue to build up muscle tissue. It's like that's how our cells are constantly dying off so new ones can be born with fresh vitality. It's just the nature of being a human body. So anyway, just know that you're going to fall. March might feel a little unstable, but I think there's some rejoicing to be had in that. Like, every time I fall, I know I'm going to learn something. I know I'm going to bounce up stronger. I mean, it's not fun all the time, but there's like a good message there for that. So then the next one is, what challenges might I face in March? And that's the 4 of Wands energy that came through. And I think with my story time, I already made this. I said this was going to be shorter, but I've already made it longer. My bad. And so the 4 of Wands is, what challenge might you face? You might not feel stable. So 4s are about stability. So we're not quite here yet. If we're still floundering, we're still falling. The thing that you might feel a challenge with is feeling unstable. That's common sense, right? But when this 3 of Pentacles came into the spot that says, what guidance or wisdom will help me navigate it? It's knowing that there's stability to come. You're building it. You're building you're literally building the stability by falling down, by feeling unstable. That's how we build balance, is like, because we're off balance and our muscles are like, our postural muscles are like, okay, now I'm good. And this, what came through before when I wasn't recording audio, was this is skilled craftsmanship and stability that's being built, like the alchemizing of these elements coming together to build stability. The keystone image came through. Like the keystone is that middle part of the top of an archway that without it everything would fall down. And so what you're building in March by falling down, stumbling your way through all these possibilities, daydreaming, gaining clarity along the way, is that keystone. You're going to firmly plant it there for stability. So stability is coming. March will just feel a little rocky, like all the astrologers are saying, with things in retrograde, whatever that means. It means there's still like floundering through March is like the active building stability. And then this one was cool because this is manifestation and next steps. What should I focus on manifesting this month? And I just laughed when I pulled the 10 of Cups, because it's like, oh, that's all. Just full on ultimate fulfillment and happiness and joy and community and belonging, and fully grounded in my sense of belonging. This is like root chakra all the way up through crown kind of energy. I'm like, oh, what should I focus on manifesting this month? That's all. Just the 10 of Cups, ultimate fulfillment. I thought that was pretty cool, because everything you're doing by daydreaming about these possibilities for your life, for your ultimate, like, fullest expression, it will eventually lead here. May not be in March, but that's what you're going to focus on. You're focused on this, not settling. You're focused on the highest, best version of what you can bring into your life. And so that's what you're focused on. I kept thinking, like, as I was meditating, I'm like, there's nothing left for us now. I'm sorry, I'm having a hot flash. Whew. But there's literally nothing left for us. Like, we're not focused on the negative anymore. Why? I'm not going to focus on that. And then, what practical steps can I take to align with my highest potential? We pulled the Justice card, and I was just like, of course, that pursuit of our highest truth is our highest potential. There's nothing left for us but the pursuit of our own truth and authenticity and our alignment with our highest self, our fullest potential, at all costs. And then I was like, oh, at all costs sounds like ominous. But no, it's like, we're no turning back. There's nothing left for us but the pursuit of our highest truth. That's all. Sorry. If you know, you know. These are brutal. So anyway, that's where we landed with the reading. And then I said we might go into an extended. So since I already took a lot of time and you got to hear one of my most embarrassing stories, it might not seem like much, but there's been a ripple effect from that through my life that I've been healing. So March is the time to like step into your way of doing things, your uniqueness that came through in the last reading. Be your unicorn self. Be unique, because this old way, there's nothing left for you here. You're moving on and you're tapping into your intuition. So that's March. And if you see a link for the extended in the description, that means we decided to do an extended, because I do have some, whenever I'm curious about something, that means, yeah, we're probably going to go there. So I am a little bit curious about some of the specifics about this abundance, or like, how do we bridge the gap between starting the journey and the ultimate fulfillment all within 1 month? What are maybe some things we could be reflecting on? So that's what I'd like to go in. Yeah, I think we'll do an extended. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll hopefully see you over there. And thanks for watching, and thanks for your support. And it'd be great if you subscribed. But if you don't resonate, then don't subscribe. But I guess I'm now being called to say that, click subscribe, because the algorithm's the algorithm. And it would be great to kind of become more a part of this community of people sharing these messages. And that's just what I want to be a part of. So thanks for your help in making that happen, and for being here. So happy March.